G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to this absolute time capsule Mercedes E55 AMG. So in this video we're going to be looking at this stunning example of an AMG E55 Mercedes from 2005. It really is a time capsule. It's quite extraordinary. The condition is absolutely beautiful. We're going to be taking a look around the outside. We're going to look in the inside at the interior, and then we're going to get it out on the road and take it for a drive. So let's go. So this generation of E-Class, the W211, was released at the Paris Motor Show in 2002 and is essentially the third generation of the E-Class. This particular version is obviously the AMG fettled version with the V8, and we'll have a look at the engine in a minute, but let's just have a quick walk around. Those of you who've been with the channel for a while will remember a video I did on the C55 AMG. Take a look up in the top corner there at that video, because that's very similar to this one in the kind of period. Even the wheels are kind of the same, the engine's the same almost. We'll come on to that. But this is just such a fantastic example. The condition is just superb, sublime condition. The gentleman that owns this is absolutely fastidious about his cars. You'll see some other OCD stuff about this car when we come round to it. Ceramic coating on the paint. Those wheels are absolutely beautiful. Just coming round to the back, you've got the AMG badging, and the E55, you've got the quad AMG exhausts, which is always a telltale sign of a pretty serious car. It's a really well proportioned car, I think. Still looks modern even today, really. I absolutely love this era of Mercedes. I had an SL55 from 2002, which has the same engine as this one, which is, we'll take a look under the bonnet in a minute. It's a V8, it's a 5.4 litre supercharged V8, the M113K engine, which is a fantastic and reliable power plant. This car's only done 120,000 kilometres, so for a car of this vintage, it really is just in superb condition. Just having a look in the boot here, you can see what I mean by OCD. We've got a number of different car covers here. We've got a little thick blanket there. I'm not quite sure what that is for. We've got a whole bunch of spare parts here. This is clearly someone who looks after his cars as well as I do, or I hope to. And so any purchaser of this car would be well served by the attention and love that this car's had so far. Having a look under the bonnet now. Typical Mercedes, just pull out that tab to lift up the beautiful bonnet, and there we have the iconic M113K 5.4 litre supercharged V8. Every AMG engine back in the day was signed by the individual mechanic that assembled it. I don't think they do that anymore, but this was from the generation of genuine AMGs. Yeah, it puts out about 460, 470 horsepower, I think, which is plenty, absolutely plenty. And you can see from the condition of this engine bay, it is absolutely magnificent. Clean, tidy, beautifully looked after. What a car. So let's hop aboard, have a look inside. Just everything about this car is in just beautiful condition. Normally when you see these cars from this vintage, the switchgear is all scuffed and the leather's got marks on it, but this, as you can see, absolutely flawless. These switches are just as new out of the factory. Everything is just so beautiful. Seriously, I'd be tempted to buy this myself if I wasn't trying to sell my CL500. It is absolutely stunning. AMG badged seats, of course, as you get in the AMG versions of these cars. You're presented with the AMG dials, with the AMG badging on, with the clock on the left there. You've got a rev counter to the right with the V8 compressor badging, and a speedometer and LCD display in the middle. Again, these buttons on the steering wheels, they normally kind of go a bit funny after a while, but it just goes to show how well this car's been looked after, because they are absolutely perfect. You've got your light switches down here, parking brake release. This car actually has got keyless entry and keyless go, which was an option at the time. You've got your HVAC controls here with a digital display there. Your radio is the original infotainment system with navigation. Control panel here for heated seats, and the headrests in the back that you can flip down from a button here. As you can see, here's the keyless start-stop switch at the top of the gear shifter. It's a 5-speed automatic gearbox. This had to be the 5-speed at this time because the 7-speed didn't have enough tolerance, or it didn't have enough capacity for the torque that this engine could produce, so therefore they had to put the 5-speed in the AMG versions. You've got adjustable dampers here, and it's got airmatic suspension, which is a bit more reliable than the ABC suspension that I had in my SL55, so less risk of like expensive problems here. You can raise the height here. You've got park sensors, of course. You've got a lovely little cubby in here with an original Bluetooth adapter. I mean, there's not a mark on it. I mean, there seriously is not a mark on it. Let's have a look in the, what's that? Oh, that's a little push open cubby there. Where's the, this is the glove box, and then you've got all the books in here with the service history, and the service history is excellent. Starts off with Mercedes dealers and then goes to reputable specialists, so highly excellent service record. So again, doors in the rear are beautiful condition again. I mean, just not a mark on anything. Climbing in, lots of space in the back here, nice lot of headroom. Seats are very comfortable, nicely grippy AMG seats. You've got your headrests here, which you can flip down with the switch in the front. You've got a rear air conditioning and heating control here, which actually has a nice digital display in there. Lots of leg room, as you can see. Just starting to sound a bit like a cracked record, but it is just in immaculate condition. If you're a collector, if you're interested in these kind of AMG cars from the early 2000s, you really couldn't get a better example than this. I've never seen one in this condition. Right, let's start up this gorgeous V8. Yeah, this is such a great engine and such a great combination of, you know, luxury, four-door sedan, but with a ridiculous 470 horsepower V8. Oh, and when you put your foot down, yes, it does move. It is that you get so much performance and fun from this engine. It is just reminds me of the SL. I mean, the SL was a great car, but not very practical. Whereas here we've got 4 seats, 4 doors, big boot, and you still have that fantastic performance that you get from the AMG engines. And it's no surprise that this car drives just as well as it looks. Everything is very, very tight, nothing loose. The suspension feels taut, the brakes are excellent. The engine is so responsive with that supercharger. There's no turbo lag on this. Not sure what the performance figures are as such. I'll put them on the screen so you can see, but as I say, it's about 470 horsepower, and but it's so sprightly. I mean, it will break away the traction too easily, really. It's just such a lively and engaging car to drive. These E-classes, they're absolutely fantastic. So you can drive this in auto mode. It's an automatic gearbox, obviously, but it does have these little flappy paddles on the back of the steering wheel here, which are like the ones I had on my SL55. Actually, it was kind of the first incarnation of the flappy paddles, and little buttons on the back. You can change gear manually if you want to for a bit of fun. You can drive it in manual, it's all right, it's all right. I mean, it's not the fastest changing box, but if you want to have a bit of fun, the thing about the auto is that it sometimes feels like it's not quite reading your mind as to where you want to go. You put your foot down, it's a bit sluggish to kind of kick down, but if you drive it in manual, it gives you that little bit of extra control, and yeah, you can have a bit of fun. Yeah, sounds beautiful. Beautiful rumbling V8, can't beat it. And for a car of this size and 4 doors and everything else, it handles remarkably well, goes around corners really well. The airmatic suspension is excellent. The ride is nicely damped, it's not harsh. It is, yeah, and I think if you push the buttons, I'm not sure what you do, I think you can, sports settings, you can put a sports setting on that firms up the dampers a bit. Looks like it's got 2 sports settings and then a comfort setting. So you can play around, you can have some nice times with, if you're on your own, you want to have a bit of fun around the corners, you can stiffen up the suspension. But if you've got the family in the back, soften it up. Beautiful, comfortable ride. What a magnificent car. So thanks very much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this review of this fantastic E55 AMG. I know I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. It's an absolute time capsule. It's just in the best condition you could possibly imagine. And it's currently for sale at Unique Motor Garage in New Canterbury Road, Petersham. I'll put the link in the description. Go and have a chat to Phil at Unique. This is up for sale, it's on his website, and have a chat with Phil. And if you're interested in this car, I'd get in quick because it won't be around for long. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like. It'd be great to have you as a subscriber, and hit that notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram down here. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.